My name is Sandra Carter-Hicks, and I'm from Red Deer, Alberta. This will actually be time number 4 for myself. To come back for number 4, I just knew that for myself, there was just a bit more that I needed to get at. And I'm so intrigued and so in love with the process of learning the power of the subconscious mind, and that's what you need to get a handle on. And you do that through the Brave Heart and through self-love and the mirror work. And I just knew for myself that I needed one more go and one more time of being in that headspace. I'm very glad that I came for the 4th time. And in long term, we're always learning and growing, and I know that. But definitely made some headway. I was still struggling with the mirror work, and so now I can go home, and spending time in the mirror is a favorite part of my day now. So I'm really glad. It's one thing to know you've still got a few things to figure out without knowing what those are, and then when you get to that next step, you're like, whew, I'm glad I persevered. I'm glad I kept going. It's really been a lot easier to identify my thinking patterns. And really the only word I can think of to describe it was static. And just scattered thoughts. Anytime you'd go to learn something, anytime you had a thought that maybe challenged a negative belief that I had about myself, my thought patterns would just kind of go back into static, and you just couldn't quite make that emotional connection. And so it's a lot easier now. Quite honestly, gone through Braveheart how many times, and now I'm using the band, right? Something so simple, but it stops the train of thought, gives you time to connect to your heart and go, oh, okay, I understand that now. Whatever the negative thought was, take a breath, go, no, 3, 2, 1, connect, okay. And it can just be teeny little things, but, a mountain is just a whole bunch of inches, right? So small little bits of change, small little times of catching yourself, and you can crack open that subconscious brain. And you can, like I said, go back to the mirror and talk things out with yourself and make progress. So taking the course this many times, what would I say about Dr. Wolf and the team here? I think at this point I'd say adaptive. Each group, whether we're doing stuff online or whether it's been in person, each group, you get a feel for the group. And each group is different, and each group needs something different. Each group meshes together in a different way, and we always feel close to each other when we're done. So yeah, I think Dr. Wolf and the team figured all that out. They've gone through this process enough. They can be adaptive, and they can make sure that everyone gets what they need, but what they're ready for. It's easy to identify where you think you need someone to be, but you have to meet them where they're at and encourage them to take the next step. So I think that's what this team does real well. I think if you're ready for real change, I think everyone can learn something from this, and I think there's tons of wonderful things in the world today that we can use to learn. But being that this gets a little more intimate, because if you're going to try to crack the subconscious, you need to be in a space where you're really ready to get real. You're really ready to dig in. So, yeah, I would encourage everyone to come. But to be honest, not everyone's ready. And so I remember last time I said I encourage anyone who just thinks they might get something out of it to show up, and that's true. I think if you're ready to do some work, if you're really ready to get real about what's going right for you and what's going wrong for yourself, and ready just to say, hey, how can I learn and grow? Then I think this is perfect for you.